Motorsport Auctions are the global marketplace to buy and sell used race and rally cars, parts and associated equipment. Visit their website for more details. Hello everybody, welcome to BOSRA Race Roundup for the 2015 Aston Martin GT1 Championship. Today is round 7 from Laguna Seca. There are two notable absentees this week, no Tuerk or Soltau. That means that Van Delden can close the gap. He currently sits 36 points behind the leader. In today's qualifying session it was Simon Underhill who took the honours, a 1:18.426. Van Delden was very close behind, just 0.032 of a second separating them. Martin Glenicke sits in third, followed by Gregory and Talea. The top three drivers from each team will score this week, and it was only Gary Bradshaw who didn't set a qualifying time. So let's see how Simon Underhill set that time of 1:18.426. We're going on board with the 44 car now. Simon about to start his lap then, down to the Andretti hairpin. Two tight left-handers. Simon keeping it very tight through here. Allows the car to come out to the right hand side, up towards turn 3. Very gentle through here, and the power down for turn 4. Quite a fast right hander. Lifting off just a little bit. Letting the car come out to the left hand side of the track. Difficult corner here, corner 5, as we run up to turn 6 and pass Alan McCain on the left hand side of the track. Simon showing how you should go through turn 6, a slight wobble as we head up the straight towards the corkscrew. Hard on the brakes now, through the left hand part, turn right soon as you see the trees. Make our way through turn 9, the rainy curve, to the final two corners here at Laguna. Very smooth through turn 10, and hard on the brakes for the last corner. Nice and tight, don't run wide here, otherwise you will pick up a penalty. And that is it through the final corner, a 1:18.426 from Simon. Acorn Printing are the teamwear supply for BOSRA and have even produced clothing items for President Clinton. See the video description to learn more. We're ready to go green at Laguna. Only 10 cars showing on the grid, connection issues still plaguing some drivers. Everybody is away. Simon Underhill leads from Van Delden, and there's cars off at the back straight away. We think that's Walker off at the back. So up to Andretti hairpin. Everybody around here, keep an eye on Matt Owen. He puts the power down too early, connects with his teammate and one of the Delden Solutions cars. Up to the front you can see Neil Bamber sliding out, and Van Delden's off track as well. Out front Simon Underhill leads from Glenicke, a gap opening up to the rest of the pack. Fantastic start for them here at Laguna. Back to the start on board with McCain. Simon Jackson there on the left, Ryan Walker just ahead. McCain tries to squeeze through the gap, tags Jackson, who then in turns puts Walker off track. David Rowland just ahead in the 68 car, driving for Delden Solutions. There's Matt Owen on the left. Keep an eye on Jackson and Malezova just in front. The Acorn Printing and Firefighters charity cars coming together. McCain then gets tagged by Owen. Chris Buttrell coming around the outside of McCain through the right hander, and Bamber just ahead rejoining the pack. Lap 1, turn 5, Buttrell down the inside of Rowland, Malezova just ahead, sliding off track, followed by Chris. It's great to have Simon Jackson back with us. We're on board with him as he follows Van Delden and Gregory. Gregory slightly wide through turn 5. Van Delden makes the move up into turn 6. Great pass there from Van Delden. We'll stay on board with Jackson. Right on the back of Gregory's car, up into the corkscrew. Everyone taking it real slow here on the first lap due to the cold tyres. Lap 4, Jackson, Bamber and Tulea. Jackson wide through the Andretti hairpin. Allows Neil Bamber to come up the outside of him, side by side through this turn. Bamber not giving up, but neither is Jackson. Bamber makes it stick round the outside of turn 4. On board with Milezova, approaching the corkscrew. Through the left-hander, turning at the trees. On the right-hander though, he cuts it too much and spins the car. Moving up to the front then, the leaders, we are on board with Gowenicki chasing Underhill up towards turn 6. These two an absolute world apart from the rest of the pack at the moment. Into the corkscrew, lap number 9. Gary Bradshaw just ahead for Motorsport Auctions, coming through to complete this lap. Keep an eye on Gary ahead as we go through this right-hander. Off track on the left-hand side, Underhill goes through. Gary back across track and into Gowenicki. Martin being really unfortunate with that. Simon Underhill will extend his lead. Gowenicki deciding rather than carry on, puts it into the wall and return to the pits. Skipping all the way to lap 20, this is Matt Owen into the corkscrew, another one getting it totally wrong here. Simon Underhill, you can see there is nobody near him. That is actually Alan McCain behind him, not Van Delden. Simon deciding now was the time to come into the pits. Hopefully getting out before second place would catch up. You see Alan McCain coming through to start his next lap. A few cars are in the pits. Now there were quite a few incidents that we couldn't show you because of the connection problems that we've been having with the replay files. Hopefully we will get that sorted. So Simon pits on lap 23, end of lap 22. Well, he gets out in front. Lap 24, we're on board with second place, Matt Van Delden. He's chasing Talea and Chris Buttrell. You can see in front of Chris is Simon Underhill. Talea and Chris are a lap down. Van Delden goes around the outside of Talea. Van Delden really wanting to capitalise on the absence of Tuerk and Soltau. He needs to get past Chris as soon as possible with only a few laps to go. Down towards turn 5. Matt is catching Chris all the time, taking chunks out of him. Chris then goes wide and slides across the track. Thankfully no contact. So is there enough time for Van Delden to catch Underhill? On board with McCain, looking back at Neil Bamber. This is lap 25. So we're coming uphill towards the corkscrew, these closing stages of the race. A three-way battle going on here. Fight for 7th, 8th and 9th, as you can see on the ticker at the top of the screen. So through the corkscrew, Jackson's gone wide. He catches McCain. Massive impact for him. Rolling the car, managing to land on all 4 wheels. Rejoining the track. You see Bamber's already gone through. Now the car may sound okay, but there is damage. McCain is having to come into the pits from that. That means Bamber is into 7th. We don't know where Jackson is at the moment. But that's McCain's place gone. We see a replay of that now. We go on board with Neil Bamber. See Jackson off. Bamber anticipates it, manages to dodge Jackson somehow. See McCain over there on the right. Bamber coming off best then, taking 7th place. With only 3 laps to go, we are back up front with our leader Simon Underhill. Van Delden has been closing the gap behind him. Simon has got stragglers in front of him. Coming up on the lap cars, maybe that caused a distraction because he spins into the first part of the corkscrew. There is Van Delden, he takes the lead of the race. Simon into the wall. Eventually getting it back on track. Don't forget that if Van Delden can hold on, he will close up on the current championship leaders. Extra points will really come in handy this week. This is Chris Buttrell, but watch just ahead, you will see Simon Underhill has just gone off track. Here he comes back on. Chris into the side of Simon's car. That's Simon's race over effectively. Simon was pushing hard, which forced the initial off track from him. He's going to have to settle for 2nd place. To our race winner then, Van Delden, as he comes to complete his final lap. Great result for Van Delden. That gap of 36 points to the championship leader will certainly come down. Matt will pick up a minimum of 25 points here today for this win. Great racing from Matt, unfortunate for Simon. Don't forget next week we're at Charlotte, so that could throw up some surprises as well. Bowden Solutions produce the very best load cell mods and pedal adapters to use with Thrustmaster wheels. You can order yours now at bowdensolutions.com. To our confirmed results then, and it is Van Delden who took the win and the fastest lap bonus point, 26 points for him today. Simon Underhill did finish second and Phil Gregory third, another great result for the Firefighters charity team. Simon still trying to make headway in the drivers' standings overall. Galenicki finishes fourth despite his crash with Gary Bradshaw. Talia finishes in the first of the Acorn printing team, and Neil Bamber brings in the first car for Bowden Solutions. 26 points today for Van Delden must have made a difference in the drivers' standings, and here you can see there is now only 10 points separating the top 3 drivers. Neil Bamber still has a relatively good chance of finishing in the top 3, he's only 26 points behind the current leader. Talia is the best of the rest in 5th, and a lot can still happen within the top 15. Jan Malesva makes another jump ahead of Gary Bradshaw, and at the bottom of the table Andrew Kane and Matt Owen also make progress. Would like to see them in the top half before the end of the event. Will anyone be able to catch the Firefighters charity team? They finished well this week. So to the team standings, there is still a large gap, 49 points separate them from Acorn Printing. Bowden Solutions are well behind, 43 points behind Acorn, and Motorsport Auctions another poor result for them this week, coming in last with 232 points. Participation levels from some of our members has been a bit disappointing, and that is the reason why we have so many teams down on points. We will be changing the format of the teams before our next event to hopefully make it more competitive. If you do want to join us, don't forget you can register on the website, get your name down, and then you can start in next week's race. Speaking of next week's race, we will have round 8 from Charlotte's road course. Now we do have the option of making this a night race, so we may decide to implement that. That is it from us this week. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page. We'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.